This is the world's highest hunting. This man spilled fresh blood on his head. Take yourself as bait. Very quickly a grey wolf was attracted to the smell of fishy blood. The man is not afraid, but still turn around and run off his pants. He's actually trying to lure the wolf into a trap. Have done before. The grey wolf chase does not leave behind. Suddenly on the ground there are animal footprints. It's a zebra that's stalking its prey. It was when the tiger came. I jumped to the side, causing two animals to collide. The Dutch continued to flee. The tiger kept chasing him. The distance in front of you is getting closer. Dutch long slide fast handheld high wooden bar. The tiger was too strong to be hit by a tree. Taking this opportunity, the Dutch continued to flee. But very quickly, the tiger was chased. Thousands of pounds hanging hair. The Dutch promptly jumped over the trap. But the people despise the power of the tiger. Fixed strap tree cannot withstand breaking raw. The Dutch in time to grab the rope. A narrowly escaped death phase. The Dutch tried to pull their hooks together. All the muscles in you. It's using the blood vessels. The muscles, like they want to explode. The rope was broken because of the strong pull. The tiger managed to escape the trap and prepare to attack. Fortunately, the assistant threw down a bag of drugs. The Netherlands jumps to a height of more than 5 meters, throwing drugs into the tiger's nose. But of course, the tiger couldn't swoon. The Dutch used their bodies to support a 4-pound tiger. After a while, the drugs worked. The Dutch finally caught the tiger alive. You're considered the guardian god of the villagers of this area. But a few days ago, the Dutch sister has a passionate voice, who's supposed to be seen by the governor's wife. She wants to take him back as her pet, so the subordinates threw down to pennies. Just force your sister to get in the car. My sister's mother begged the enemy to forgive me. I can't believe a soldier was killed in battle. It turns out that the Dutch aim is to catch tigers. I want to use it to save my sister, but the Dutch didn't know that. In the British police, there is such a god of war. That's Kylie and Amape. On the day of a riot of 10,000 people, Indian people love. Ask your government to release their leader. Under the power of the crowd, the barbed wire fence about to break down. The police inside were so afraid of losing their secrets. Someone threw a stone at the house. Photo of the leader of the country. You even challenged the police to catch him. But in the face of 10,000 people, no police officer would take that risk. Amape took off the hat, stepped directly on the iron barrel, jumped over the fence. Get out. Alone among thousands of rioters, hung a wooden stick like the spear of Zhao Tu Long. Left-right conflict fight for the people. Tam left. People are turning to human flesh. Who suspects a mate playing dirty pinching ears and then squeezing? Very quickly out of the crowd. Go straight to the guy. Even if you suffer 100,000 blows, he still succeeded. Bring back this provocative man. My whole body is full of wounds. He also used only a handful of water to wash his face. Mom stepped on one foot. The fire made people afraid to retreat. After MAV beat back 10,000 people, put down the riot alone, he thinks that based on this merit, he will be promoted. Who suspected in the MAP recruitment review is not possible, because the people who get promoted are all brothers. You're just an Indian coming home. Emma poured her anger into the sandbag. The anger in my heart is so crazy. The other Harlan is planning to rescue his sister. The governor's wife knows. There's a group of resistance fighters who want to deal with us. She felt very insecure, because no one knows what the land looks like. So she gave the order. I caught the resistance leader. Will be directly promoted to senior level. The opportunity to Amape cannot be missed. Go up immediately to take this task. Amape started wearing civilian clothes. Search for the mystery everywhere. One day the bridge shook because the tanker caught fire. The wagon exploded and fell, causing the boy's boat to overturn. He's surrounded by flames. He's in critical condition. Amape has been seen. Coincidentally, Harlan is also trying to save this boy. Unconsciously, you both understand each other. Amape on the bridge using hand signals. The Dutch momentarily understood the idea of the motorcycle. Amape on the bridge taking a roll of rope. Horse riding galloping. The Dutch tied the other end of the rope to the side of a car. A person immediately rushed frantically. Amape hand picked up a flag. You two meet. Turn to both sides and jump off the bridge. When the rope is stretched to people flying in the opposite direction at the same time. Amape wetting the flag in the river. The Dutch caught the boy. By inertia, you two exchanged together. The boy was successfully saved, and the Dutch rolled up their wet leaves. Safe escape from the fire. To people hold the opponent's arm. From there, they became soulmates. You're stuck together all day. But, neither of them asked about the other. Amape doesn't know either. The Dutch are the ones we need to catch. Until one day, Amape caught a guy in the resistance group. He executed the enemy's bow savagely, but he didn't get any information. He was even bitten by a poisonous snake. Amape rushed to seek help. At this time, the good land just passed by. I immediately saw the bite of the snake. Homemade oriental medicine. So I know what kind of plant cures venom. Chew out the dust. Water passed through a small flame into the mouth Amape. Then, Harlan accidentally removed his holy ring. But I can't believe you CV, because this is what he just tortured. One said, a circle of resistance will lead to disaster. But Lan still removed to bandage the wound for Mimape. Then I took V's ghost home to heal him. But when I left, I was pulled back by the ghost. Lan said, we have to go. Because tonight you and the villagers are destined to save your sister. The Dutch honestly say everything. He also expressed if he could come back alive. I will be a lifelong friend to Emma. When the Dutch finished speaking, they turned and left. Amape wants to stop it. He was too weak to fall to the ground. For a while after the poisonous snake dissipated, Amape frantically punched into the sandbag. Amape completely collapsed. I can't believe it. Your friend is the one you have to catch. I remember the moment you two played together. Amape punches the wall again. It makes both hands bleed nonstop, but thinking about getting promoted by the governor, Amape's eyes became fixed. On this side, while the colonial palace is parting, a truck just broke through the door. Plunged directly into the lifted cloth. The Netherlands appeared. You brought down countless wild animals. The wild beasts under the command of the Dutch. They don't stop attacking the police. The scene here becomes chaotic. The Dutch are on fire, leaving the police in hot water. In the midst of a tense, Dutch swinging hands suddenly stopped. Stop dying, my mother. Am I in love? Dutch take girl hiding in car. Now a soldier is grabbing his sister's hair. Pull into the room, then lock the door. The Dutch are absolutely outraged. He jumped on one that made him fall to the ground. It's easy to get his keys. Right now, behind a familiar sound. It's Amape driving the carriage. He burned the car and untied the horse. Let the wagon burn and roll. A wheel splashed into the Netherlands, propelling him 36 meters. The Dutch stood up in awe. My best friend is wearing a police uniform. Emma holding handcuffs wants to catch Ha Lan Ra. I just want to save my sister. But Amape is determined not to stop. Lan grab Amape's chin and look at me. I just want to save my sister. Amape advances to spanking Harlan. The punch is too strong, cause the key to drop down the drain. This made the Dutch angry. You pick up bait, they throw Amape straight. To hand tightly wrapped to chains, pulling a big piece of copper straight into the yard. Amape plunged into a supercharge, until they both rush into a duel. Match equal talent inconclusive. Moments later Mbappe held the fire, and Lan is holding a sprinkler. The battle between water and fire is like fighting evil. I don't know how many rounds after spinning. Both sides hit the opponent at the same time. Mbappe had just seen a tiger attack. He quickly grabbed the torch. Just one blow knocked out the poor tiger. But I didn't see the Netherlands, because I went up to the high wall to save my sister. Suddenly a pot of flowers came to destroy Lankin. Amape is determined to stop the Dutch. He almost killed the Dutch from behind. Finally, a little conscience should stop. Lan, after timely response, pulled out the weapon that stabbed the Amape. Then he rushed to save his sister. I can't believe Amape pulled the holy rope, unleashed to get the arm of Lan. If you want to save your sister, just let go. The Dutch finally accepted the capture of the resistance. They've been searched everywhere since. This time I was promoted to the rank of colonel. He's in charge of the CAI's arsenal. I'm getting a sniper rifle. Once shot, they hit the heart. Mbappe remembers as a child, as the Indian rebels frantically train, because they had no weapons, they were trained with wooden guns. The leader of the resistance is Mbappe's father. Mbappe is a genius sniper. But Papa knows, the resistance will not win without real guns. Of course, when your troops suddenly raid the resistance zone, panicked people fled in a hurry. Bobby A has only one gun. He tried to hold out so that the villagers had a chance to escape. Every shot is an enemy on the floor. I even jumped up high to shoot. They make the enemy die. Unfortunately, the bullets have not been fired. It's been a long time since Amape brought more bullets. Bobby A.'s shooting skills scare the enemy. They play dirty, climb up the tree and shoot down. BABA was quickly hit. 3 more shots. The finger was also amputated. Then he risked giving the gun to his son Amape. The sniper genius easily made the 3 guys on the tree lie on the floor. The enemy was afraid to move forward. The villagers immediately withdrew into the forest. The enemy sniper shot the child. MV is extremely angry. He killed 10 enemies at a time. Make your troops afraid. Hurry and order a retreat. MV was a British colonel that year. Thanks to the gun stock manager, Emma V, has been quietly sending guns to the resistance everywhere. Turns out, you deliberately lie in your army for the good of the country, but heartbreak. Instead of this, you have to arrest your best friend Lan. The admiral ordered. I apologize to you in public. Let Amape take care of this. Amape reminded the Lan to kneel. But you won't. You can only use War to hit Lan. The wall lines are like looking through the flesh. But the Dutch would not kneel. I want to arouse the spirit of courage in the people. So, the lady threw down a spiky raw thread. A powerful raw thread. Amape reminded the Dutch to get down on their knees. But think of the pride of India. The Netherlands stood up and sang the national anthem. Let Amape fight how to fight. The soldiers were tired for a while. There is still no way to overcome your will. The Dutch blood flowed into a river. It flows to the feet of Indians. The will of the people to fight is strong. Immediately a rebellion occurred. People with their bodies hugging barbed wire to overcome. Other place, he threw barbed wire against the soldiers. See, the situation is not right. The army hurriedly put the Lan in the car. Lan is locked in prison. Enraged admiral ordered beheading of Harlan. But Amape wanted to save him. He advised the general to hang in front of my sister. When he saw that the enemy was afraid, the general agreed. That night Amape secretly cracked all the trigger guns. Your army doesn't know anything. Just take the gun. It's time to hang the Dutch. The secret team gave the Dutch a razor. When the Dutch left the execution site, you secretly cut the wires without them knowing. Imape's convoy and the general were also near. Imape goes ahead, boots a trap, but the general was quick to pedal the ga and the car sped past. He conveniently grabbed the car gun. Imape burst tires. My brother flew out, pierced into a tree. Dutch sister was also chased by soldiers. The Dutch then stole the gun. The enemy's gun was fired. Can't do anything. That solo duet with Dutch. It's different from Imape here, even though he was injured, but still trying to catch up to save his sister in time. Defeat a lot of enemies in times of danger. Here's an enemy who fixed a gun. They point their gun straight. They're going to shoot Lan. Imape saw that and quickly drew the enemy's gun, but was misunderstood by the Lan to shoot his sister. I finally gave you a blow to the mouth. He almost killed Imape. I saw your army chasing Harlan and his sister. Imape took some strength. Finally, keep their feet. The admiral knew the Dutch had escaped. We have gathered all our resources to pursue him. Imape has been detained in prison, but according to the will of the Lan, I don't stop practicing. It doesn't matter what day the admiral is. Give someone a fight. Then he ordered Imape to be locked up here. When Lan is hiding in a dormitory, suddenly, the army came looking for the wanted man. Diana, Imape's lover, was in danger. Pretend to tell your brother you've got smallpox. When he heard of smallpox, he was afraid to withdraw. So the Dutch escaped alive. Through the chain, the Dutch suddenly realized that Imape also had one. I know Imape is a good person. You misunderstood your friend. Diana said Imape will be hanged in 2 days. Listen to here. Lan immediately cried loudly and vowed to save Imape. Just give me a full meal of fish and shrimp paste. Harlan broke into the prison that night alone. The guards and the lights are on, and there's hundreds of prisons here. How do you know which Imape is? Suddenly Emma heard the signal. It's a sign that 2 guys used to play together. Thanks for directions, Lan quickly find you. The 2 friends finally got over the misunderstanding. I'm done saving you now, and I'm going to go home and eat firecrackers. Think of shrimp sauce. How Lan burst into power. Toss the hatch. One hand pulls a friend around his neck. You to just run towards the enemy. Where to go to defeat the enemy? The soldiers you see are holding guns, raw surrounded everywhere. You can easily steal a gun. Plus Imape's top-notch shooting skills. It is like releasing a tiger into the forest. In the blink of an eye, you've climbed up to the watchtower. From the watchtower, take the momentum and throw the wall out. They flew and shot down a few more. You to get out and run into the woods. When the admiral heard the news, he ordered a task force to be sent. When the Dutch drank water, the enemy surrounded them on all sides. Suddenly an arrow flew over the enemy. The enemy shot Helen in time. I don't know where it came from. The arrows kept flying, bringing down a lot of elite soldiers. It scares the AI soldiers too. The 7 gods hurriedly turned on the lights. I saw Helen standing there with a bow. Young Bao shot out a flaming arrow. The fire passed through the hay, burning soldiers in the forest and in the fire. These are the arrows of death. You're wrong to let Indians make movies. Now we have another low support team. The Netherlands is out now. Throw a spear at the enemy car. The enemy car exploded and shook the forest. Or a guy who came with a grenade. From here the Indian grenade arrow was born. A grenade as deadly as a nuclear bomb. Every second, every minute, hundreds of enemies out of grenades, to superheroes out to fight. It makes you both very nervous. A gunman injured Imape. A second later, he ate the whole spear through his stomach. The battle goes on through the night. To the next day, 5,000 enemy troops were killed. The admiral ordered the artillery to fall into the forest. The 2 friends went straight to his palace. The Dutch launched the motorcycle to the high. Imape shot out a rocket that set the car on fire. Head straight for the admiral and fly into the ammunition depot. Quick fire Lan to the explosive barrels. He destroyed the admiral's military residence. After the explosion stopped, Admiral, you realize your wife is dead. Suddenly the arrows flew down the guards. The Dutch are coming now. Carried to huge piles of weapons. That's enough for the people of India. Take back the country. Admiral, I tried to shoot 2 people, but Imape was quicker. He instructed the Dutch to fire bullets through the admiral's heart. To men successfully take a truck of weapons. Weapons given to the Liberation Army. A year later India was liberated. The Netherlands met her beautiful lover again. They live happily together until now. Indian movies are over. If you think it's good, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the movies. Bye bye.